Hey guys! This is Cartoon Recapped. Today we'll show you a 2006 family musical animation called Peter and the Wolf. Be aware of heavy spoilers. Sit back and enjoy the show. On the edge of the vast forests of Russia, where wolves still roam, lies a little cottage surrounded by a big, high fence. This is where Peter lives with his grumpy grandfather. Peter is an 11-year-old boy who is constantly picked on by the townspeople, and his grandfather will not let Peter go out into the forest. Peter has a friend, the lovable duck, a runner duck in this version, with whom he hangs around his grandfather's yard. A bird, a hooded crow in this version, with a broken wing arrives in the yard. Bird is impatient with Peter and signals him to go into the forest. His heart beating fast, Peter tiptoes into the cottage and reaches over his sleeping grandfather and his snoring, overweight tabby cat. Ever so carefully, Peter takes the keys to the gate. Peter has the time of his life playing in the forest with his friends. He helps the bird to fly, using a balloon and some rope. Then everyone skates on the frozen lake. Everyone, that is, except the cat. She lunges at the bird to eat him but is so fat that she crashes straight through the ice and into the freezing water. Grandfather awakes and sees that Peter is in the forest. Very angry, he grabs his shotgun and rushes outside. He grabs Peter off the ice, drags him back into the cottage, and locks the fence, angering Peter. Peter looks out through the fence and sees a Eurasian wolf on the edge of the forest. The cat manages to climb up the tree for safety, but the wolf swallows the duck whole. Peter slings a heavy net over his shoulder and climbs up the fence and into the tree. The bird fights with the wolf but ends in a stalemate. Peter falls from the tree and the wolf attacks him. Eventually, after a long and fierce struggle, Peter catches the wolf in the net after it tries to charge at him. The bird hears two different sets of footsteps. It turns out to be two male hunters, the same hunters that threatened Peter in the town and chucked him in a large wheelie bin, in the distance. The hunters spot the wolf and try to shoot it. However, the bullets miss the wolf and, instead, hit the cat, who then passes out. They quickly flee and Peter and the bird find the cat lying motionless on the floor. All of a sudden, the cat wakes up, petrified when the wolf was nearby and on the verge of killing it, while still covered in the net. Peter's grandfather comes out with a shotgun and spots the wolf covered up by the net. He proceeds to shoot it. However, Peter stops him and hatches a plan. Later at night, Peter's grandfather drives into town with the captured wolf. Peter is standing, triumphant, on top of the wolf's cage. However, the people do not acknowledge Peter's success and his grandfather takes credit for the wolf's capture. The bird's broken wing heals and it is able to fly again. The town bullies arrive and chastise the defenseless wolf with a gun. After looking into the wolf's sad eyes as well as having become disillusioned with both his grandfather and the townspeople for their poor treatment of them both, Peter opens the cage, and the wolf races back into the forest. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.